How will you survive flood, hurricane, house fire, or government collapse? Do you know how to make healthy, delicious food? Are you up to date on city politics, business opportunities, and advancing strategies for Africans everywhere? Can you ever trust those who employ, educate, entertain, advise, and govern you? Isn't it time to cut out the middleman, control your life, and improve your prospects for survival, prosperity, and fulfillment? Every Saturday, share an hour or a day with African Americans and progressives, determined to be healthy, happy, and secure. Get the information, insight, training, and supplies you need. Enjoy great food, music, art, and an hour of African storytelling every week. New hosts, lecturers, vendors, and presenters are welcome. Sell and advertise your services. Free food and beverages are available from 10:30 a.m. to noon, and attendance is absolutely free. A $10 donation is appreciated only if you have it. There's a game room which features video games, chess, checkers, Scrabble, pool, and ping pong. Self-determination Saturdays at Sunhot City Culture Center, 3117 Master Street in Philly, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. For more information, call 215-765-9737. That's 215-765-9737.
Hey, brother, did you try that new restaurant down the street?
Yeah, I went there yesterday. Man, the food was off the chain. And the chicken was like, how they be saying that? Like, to die for.
Whoa.
To die for.
To die for?
I'm saying, the chicken was good. You know what I'm saying?
Can't you just say the chicken was good? Does it have to be to die for? That sounds a little intimidating.
Did you wear skinny jeans while you were eating the chicken?
Nah, I'm saying, I saying it was good, man.
Was it rainbow chicken?
Hold on, man. I just wear
with a sparkly buckle in it.
Was the server doing a sissy bounce?
Man, I'm just saying, the chicken was good. Look, man, the chicken was good, no homo.
It's time is passing.
You're supposed to say it before, bro.
Like a disclaimer.
I can't say, I just said no homo, though. There's no regulation on when you can say no homo. What are y'all, like a regulatory governing body over no homo?
Brothers and sisters, don't get caught up. Don't let the homosexual poltergeist pull you in. We are the final front in the war against white sex. Stand strong. This African service announcement has been brought to you by Warner Horizon Radio.
Warner Horizon. You gotta love it.
No.
How you doing, brother? Can I give you one of these?
Sure, what's this about, brother?
We got a situation up in Delaware that's crazy right now, brother. Brothers are being lynched.
Oh, lynched? In 2012?
That's the same exact thing we said when we got the story.
So how'd you hear about it?
That's a good question. You know, there was a professor who was at Delaware State University named Dr. Jahi Issa. And to make a long story short, he was doing some research and educating the students on how they're trying to destroy and demolish HBCUs.
Oh, I went to Bowie State.
I went to Hampton University, so you know how the students were responding to that. And in the midst of sharing this information with the students, he stumbled upon the fact that they were actually lynching brothers in Dover, Delaware.
Oh, how come I didn't hear about this on CNN?
You didn't hear about it on CNN because it's an election year. Do you know who the state's attorney is for the state of Delaware?
Who would that be?
That would be Bo Biden. Bo Biden is the Vice President Joe Biden's son. So as you can see, this is an extremely political situation.
Understood. So what do you have to do with this?
We represent an organization called Warner Horizon. And what we do is we educate black people to the threat of white supremacy and teach our people how we can prepare for black survival.
No doubt. Much needed. Definitely going to check this out. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you, bro. Be safe out there, all right?
All right. Got it.
Man, oh, here we go again, man. Two gay dudes kissing on the bus. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta be, man, they trying to turn everybody gay. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Brother, I really don't know what you're talking about.
I'm saying, you see the bus. You see how they got the two dudes kissing on the joint. It's like commercials. Everywhere you go, everything gay. Youngers walking around with these little, the faggy fit jeans and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Well, brother, do you have hate in your heart?
What?
Yeah, that's not the Christianly thing to do. We should love our neighbors.
Man, I ain't loving no gay neighbors, Joe. It ain't say you gotta love your gay neighbors. It don't say love your neighbors. It don't say, I ain't talking about neighbors. I'm talking about faggots. So you saying you love faggots?
What I'm saying is, love is the most powerful force in the universe. And Jesus came to show us how we should love our brothers.
Man, you sounding real gay right now, talking about lovers and brothers. Hold on, Joe, look, now, look, if you want to tell me something, just let me know. I might be preaching to the choir, man. I'm saying, the fight, talking about loving, you know what, man? Get this, man. I'm going to walk. Peace. Brothers and sisters, sometimes your arms is not long enough to box the spooky in the sky. Spend your time where it's most useful. This is the African service announcement. Warn the horizon. We'll see you on the battlefield. Warn the horizon. You gotta love it. I've been struggling for so very long, waiting on you to come. Done everything I was told to do, neglected my common sense, waiting on you. Been the Lord, been the word. And I've been done. There is nothing on my own oppressor ain't been strayed by your home, been led by the wrong in the time, washing it tied like home. I'm at the end of my will. It seems I can't live. So cry to Jesus, where the hell you been? 500 years I've been waiting on you. Cry to Jesus, we need a word from you. Calling your name again and again. Cry to Jesus, where the hell you been? I've tried so hard to be just like them. And messages hated to you. I walk and talk just like them. Got promoted on the job, thought I had made it. But what the cracker give, the cracker also take it. Now my car is gone and now my home is too. I can't see straight all the bills I do to deserve it. Don't know what I did. Couldn't be convinced that white boy was my friend. I'm at the end of my wits. It seems I can't win. So cry to Jesus, where the hell you been? 500 years I've been waiting on you. Cry to Jesus, I need to hear a word from you. Calling on your name, Lord, again and again. Cry to Jesus, where the hell you been? Oh, how I wish I knew my African self. Oh, how I need a land. Oh, so much wealth, and all that wealth is embedded in me. That's what these white folks done stole from me.
My ancestors woke me up this morning. They said, son, you do know what time it is, don't you? I said, what time is that? They said it's wartime. So welcome to the war front, brothers and sisters. Glad to have you here on this February the 11th, 2013 year of the white race, of the cracker, but we plan on starting time back over and rejoining it to our ancestors. It's going to be about 6,200 and something soon in the years of our ancestors, as we're going to stop the white rule and start the new black 26 dynastic period coming soon to an African nationalist community near you. How you doing, brothers and sisters? Had a fantastic night. Want to give you some real exciting news. Our sister Lady Shabazz is coming out with her first book, but not our last. God's Gift is an outstanding book. I can honestly say right now it's my favorite relationship book, because it's the only book that I've ever read that actually, in the modern context, gives black women the right information that they can keep a relationship with a good black man. If a black woman reads this book and follow these instructions, if you got a good man or you get a good black man and he's strong, this book tells you how to keep him. So very, very proud that the sister could be part of our team that will be able to do this. We're proud. This is our first War on the Horizon publication. As War on the Horizon, the book was done actually when I was with PKB before War on the Horizon existed. So this is our actual first publication, our organization, institution. We're an institution of higher learning, and we are so proud of our sister. And I can't wait to see the physical copy. We're going to have it selling live here at War on the Horizon in our website store. We're going to be excited. As soon as we get the books in, we're going to send out email blasts and let everybody in the known African Nationalist Senate universe, all 5 of us, that the book is available, it's ready for purchase. And look, I don't want to hear, don't call this station. Now, y'all talking about we got to do something. Now we got a sister out here publishing books that's going to keep black families together if you sisters read them and follow this instruction. And you don't I can't even imagine. Matter of fact, there's not going to be anybody in War on the Horizon. That's going to be my first question that I ask every program for the next 2,000 years. Do you have a copy of God's Gift? If you got a copy of God's Gift, then we talk. If you don't have a copy of God's Gift once it comes out, I don't know. Sometimes the phones don't be working. Sometimes things hang up. I don't know why it be happening like that, but it just does sometimes. I don't know what's going. Maybe it's crack of Jesus. I don't know. But tonight, this month, we're going to have very exciting topics. I think you're going to all enjoy these topics this month, because it's going to be a lot of fun. But it's going to be very serious, but I'm going to do some of it in a little bit of jest. I know Brother Body Shot's going to come in and be more serious. And Lady Shabazz, she gets serious. She can go either way, you know. She can be serious or she can make you laugh. Usually she makes you laugh by how serious she is. But at any rate, we're going to talk about the destruction and the end. The title of the series is The End of Enemy Religions. Enemy religions must go. So we're going to start off tonight with Christianity. You know, this is the Jesus Must Go show. Next week is Allah must go, man. Islam must go. And then the third one, we were going to do Judaism, but I changed my mind. I realized that, because I already hear my brothers and sisters from the Muslim community saying, wait a minute, you talking about Islam, and we hear what you're saying, but what about all this African religion that don't do nothing but talk about sprinkling some water somewhere and don't get nothing accomplished or nothing? So you know what? The last one, the first one is Jesus must go, which is the Christianity must go. Then it's Islam must go. Then our third one is going to be African spiritual gobbledygook must go. Not African spirituality. Two different things. African spirituality is something that's practical to help the Haitians win the Haitian Revolution. African spiritual gobbledygook doesn't help anybody do anything but get their head wet because you sprinkle some water on your head and beat a few bells. So we're gonna talk about the need to get rid of this escapism on all levels, including the gobbledygook. And I don't have another name for it because I don't know what it is. You know, it's water sprinkling gobbledygook stuff, some or another. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the third show on the African sprinkled water sprinkling gobbledygook. That stuff's got to get out of here because it's not accomplishing anything. But so tune in each of these 3 weeks. This is gonna be fun. People are gonna enjoy this. If you're one of those people that are sick of the religious gibberish that you're getting violated with all the time, then this is the place to be, One Horizon. So go ahead, send out your emails tonight. Send out your Facebooks, your Twitters, and your Blueberries, Blackberries, and all of that stuff. Send it out to everybody. Let them know this is the conversation. Basically, it's anti-Christianity. Anybody that doesn't like Christianity, call up, curse Christianity out. You don't have to use no profanity. But if you do, I'm not going to be that upset. But definitely no N-word on the One Horizon station. You know, we got a lot of young people listening, so we try not to do any profanity either. But Jesus got to go. Jesus has got to go. Jesus will get you humped. You say, wait a minute, Irritated Genie, what are you saying? That's a little vulgar. It is, but I gotta do this again, man. I gotta start with this, man. I want everybody out there that can go to the internet. Listen to me. I want you right now while you listening to the program, because you listening, you got to be listening. If you listening and you're not on the phone line, you listening on the internet, which means you got internet. I want you to open up another window and go to YouTube. And I want you to put in Bishop. Oh, man, they didn't took it down. Don't worry about it. They took it down, but I'm going to go ahead and play it, and I'm going to verbally describe what's happening, and I want you to listen to the song that's being sung and what's being said. For those who haven't seen it, they took it down now because this is the gayest thing that I have ever personally seen. It's gay because it's just really, really gay, but it's like different kind of gay. It's not like a gay pornography. It is gay pornography, but it's more gayer than that. Even though I've never seen gay pornography, I don't want to say that and then be like somebody wants to say, you think it's gayer than this? No, don't send me any gay pornography. I don't like pornography. I don't do pornography, period. Definitely don't want to see any homosexual pornography, but it's so gay because it's done in a manner to try to pretend like it's not gay, and it's got a symphony behind it, a whole orchestra of a crowd. I know some people saying, what are you getting at? Look, there's a guy named Bishop Wayne T. Jackson, and after that gay Eddie Long Bishop, I'm like, anybody who's named Bishop Desmond Tutu, Bama named Tutu, you know you're a fag. I'm not dealing with no bishops, man. I swear to God. At this point in my life, I'm sitting here, and today I was just thinking, I was like, am I ever going to go to a church again? And I said, what if somebody gets married? I was like, I'm not being funny. I'm sitting down trying to ask myself, should I just make a decision? If you get married in a church that I support the wedding, but I'm not coming. I'm not going into a church anymore. It's too gay now, man. I've tried to separate the gayness from the blackness and the this, that, and the other. I can't do it anymore. The Christian church is the gayest, most faggotish, senselessly gay. This Jesus guy will get you humped, man. And now you're probably saying that's very vulgar. I'm saying the Christian humper. Why are you using these type of terms? Listen, I don't know how to describe this. I'm going to play some of this because we ripped it off YouTube before it came out, so you can't go to YouTube and find it because they ripped it off. But it's a bishop named Bishop Wayne T. Jackson. He's in Detroit. And the title of the video is He Consecrates Men by Laying on Top of Them in a Death Ritual. So I'm just going to play something. You got to actually hear this. I wish you could see it, though, man. This is very disturbing. I'm disturbed with this. Man, the words is really, really gay, but I'm going to describe to you, but you can hear some of the stuff for yourself. So it starts off, it's these two black males standing up. And the bishop tells them to stand back, and now he's talking to them.
Bishop right here. Bishop right here. On your knees, please.
And he's telling two grown males to get on their knees.
You gotta be buried. You gotta die.
He's telling these grown men they gotta die.
So Christ can live in you.
Just so Christ can get inside of you. So now the two males
Be prepared for burial.
lay down and they get prepared for burial. Now the people that are singing are in the congregation. They sing the song called "I Give Myself to Thee," and then the choir singing it, and the people it's about hundreds, maybe 200, 300, 400 people are watching these men. Now the preacher's walking around in a red. He looked like King James, like a Shakespeare kind of thing with a bunch of ruffles, white ruffles. It's got a yellow scarf, like a preacher's scarf, big long scarf, and then a big red dress like King James, and then white ruffles on the arms like Shakespeare. And now they did, and they sing the song, "I Gotta Give Myself Away So You Can Use Me." Now they put two towels over top of the dude, and the guys are laying face down on the ground, and they got white sheets over top of him. Now he gets on his knees and he's grabbing one dude's ankle, and people in the crowd are crying. He's crying now, King James. He's holding this dude's ankle. And he's got the big ruffles on his arms. And you can see through him. It's like a net. It's not net, it's sheer. He got a big sheer King James arms. And a big red. He looked like a black King James. Now he's getting up now. And he's telling them to come and bring the other sheet. Because all the guy got is one white sheet. So he needs the red sheet now. And they sing the song, "I Give Myself Away." And now they bring in a red sheet to put over the dude. And they put in a red and yellow sheet over top of the dude. Now there's a red and yellow sheet. There's a red sheet, a white sheet, and a red sheet, not yellow. Now he jumps on top of the dude, right on top of his buttock. And he's laying on top of him, over top of the white sheet and the red sheet. And he just started crying. The preacher's crying now as he's crying and slightly humping the dude. I don't want to use that word, but I don't know another word to describe this. He's crying and just gyrating on the guy a little bit. Just slight gyration, more than any man should gyrate on another man. Okay, so now I want to fast forward. Now he does the same thing to the next guy. Okay, so now after he finished molesting these guys, these are two grown men now. These are not little children. Now the people in the crowd are standing up, and he's circling the dudes. He's walking around the dudes he's just molested. And they sing the song, "I Give Myself to Thee," while he's humping these guys, right? And he's circling these dudes now. Now this is a real church. This is not like a YouTube joke or nothing. This is a real church. Now he's taking the red sheets off of them. And now he's taking the white sheets off of him. And one of the dudes is getting up. And he looks like a rape. I swear to God, I'm not being funny. He's cringing and crying like somebody just raped him or something. Like he just got found in the alley raped. And he's shaking his body. And he's crying. And because he's been, I don't know. I don't know. I can't speak for him why he's crying. But he's bent up. His wrist all bent. And his eyes is hurting. And so, man, this is the gayest thing. Okay, this is Christianity. The reason I say Jesus will get you humped because this thing has gotten way past just we've been enslaved. Whites gave us Christianity to try to keep us passive, and it keeps us passive. It's gone way past that now. Now Christianity is used to make black men become homosexuals. I mean, literally, any man that watches this video, if that was your father and he tried to tell you to do anything, you would slap him right upside his head. There's no way any male, any black male would respect a male after laying down and letting some guy lay on top of him and do this in this ritual. He wouldn't speak to his father no more. He wouldn't even call him a father. You probably would smack him if he said anything out of his mouth out of the way to you. There's no way possible a man can respect a man after this. They actually have created so much trauma in the mind of black people that black women will sit in a crowd and watch a black man hump another man in front of their face. It's not like Eddie Long, who's molesting little boys, that they can lie and say, I don't believe it, even though it's a bunch of little boys that he's molesting and everybody knows he's a fag, he's a pedophile, but they can at least lie because they weren't there. Christianity is so gay now that people will hump dudes in front of women, and the women will go home with those men and call them their husbands. The women will respect the preacher that humps other dudes in a ceremony. I mean, a ceremony where you hump dudes is gay. I mean, it's just gay. What is that ceremony called? It's called gay. It's called homosexuality. It's called white sex. You're nasty. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if I have words to really describe what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we got to get rid of Christianity. Ain't no, people keep talking to me about, well, you understand, but so many, I don't care what our people are. Christianity got to die. We got to take Jesus, get a 357 mag, no, get a 44. It's a better shot. Get your nice 44 Eastwood. You got to load it with all 6 bullets because it only comes in a 6-shooter. And we have to go find Jesus wherever he is and blow his faggot brains out because our people are completely insane. Bishop Eddie Long is molesting children. The boys who, he's not just, okay, not that it's worse to molest boys than it is girls, but he's a male. If he was messing with 16-year-old girls, somebody could lie and say that the girls told him he was 18. You can make something up to say, even though it's wrong, maybe he didn't know how wrong it was, or you can stretch that some kind of way. It's not going to work for people with morals and ethics, but you can try to work it. How do you stretch him having sex with boys? And he's a pedophile and he's a homo. And he's a statutory rapist. I mean, how do you... And people not only go to his church, but here's what's really crazy. He humps the boys. And then I want you to listen to this because many of our people, I mean, not many, tens of thousands, I think, go to this Negro's church. When Eddie Long was molesting these boys, this is what your boy Creflo Dollar had to say about it.
I don't know what it is with the church. When you have a wreck, you expect for God to forgive you and everybody else. Don't let the preacher have a wreck now. Then you become self-righteous and you become judgmental. And you're going to leave the preacher for his wreck when you done have more wrecks. That preacher's still anointed to do what he was called to do. He just had a wreck. The blood will take care of his issue just like it'll take care of yours. And I just can't believe that people would leave their preacher because he had a wreck instead of praying for him. Man, I pray I don't ever have a wreck that you leave me because I'm going to get up in your face and I'll forget you then. I'll tell you about yourself. I mean, boy, that pastor, he's loved them and he's taken care of them and he's given to them and he's done that and he's did this and that. Okay, so he had a wreck. You had some wrecks? I'm thinking, man, the mercy God showed on you, but you couldn't show it to the preacher? And then the gossip that's in the body of Christ over a preacher that had a wreck? He had a wreck. Here's the good news. He got insurance. Oh, you clap your hands now. Oh, but let me have a wreck. You clap your hands. I want to see how many of y'all Negroes gonna still be here. Okay, all right. How many of y'all precious saints of God? See, we love to be religious. But some of the same people that are sitting here clapping their hands, hoping that I have a wreck. Just so they can say, I told y'all, see there? He wasn't that perfect. I ain't never told you I was perfect. You ought to know that. Now, there's certain things that I've grown from and should never do. But if I have a wreck, I'm still going to go to heaven. Now, you might mess some stuff up based on how you treat me. See, the preacher in the city here, he's still going to go to heaven. He's cleansed. He's all right. And if you from that church that you know I'm talking about, you trying to join here, I don't want you to join here. You need to go and join where you're supposed to be. I don't want you here. That is my friend. That is my brother in the Lord. And you came from that. You get on back over there where you're supposed to be and do what you're supposed to be doing.
So he says the blood will cleanse it. So the blood out these little boys' behinds, I guess, is going to make everything all right. Creflo Dollar is telling black people, if they have sense enough to say, well, I was at Eddie Long's church, but Eddie Long's a pedophile and a homo, I'm going to leave and try to go to Creflo Dollar's church. Creflo is saying, I don't want you in here. I want you to go back to the pedophile and the homo because he slipped up and fell on a bunch of little boys, and according to Creflo, he might have a wreck too, so he might slip up and have a bunch of little boys too. So, I mean, you wouldn't be mad at him if he have a bunch of little boys? You don't want you to get mad at him if he get into a bunch of little. That's how I read it. I mean, you going to call a male using his power and his money to influence young males to have sex with them. That's a wreck? Well, hell, the whole Christian church is a wreck, and the Catholic church is a wreck, and America now is a wreck, and the whole homosexual agenda is a wreck, and Barack Obama, he's a wreck. He's a wreck. Barack is a wreck. And Al Sharpton, he's a wreck. And we got a lot of wrecks out here. What's the guy? Kamathi Carr, Greg Kamathi, he's a wreck. And what's your boy, Naeem Akbar, he's a wreck. And Nikki Giovanni is a wreck. We got a lot of wrecks running around, and every homo in every organization that we have down in the Malcolm X grassroots movement, particularly down south in certain regions in Atlanta, good God, I mean, they wreck. They got homosexuals running through that thing. Malcolm would be, more lesbians in that thing than you can count. And you got all of this stuff supposed to be black. It's wrecks everywhere. This thing is crazy, brothers and sisters. We got a bunch of sick, psychopathic homos running around. And they in the church. And the church, they're not just stealing people's money no more. Now we got the most psychopathic, sick self-hatred I've ever seen in my life. So, okay, it's clear that the Christian church is completely homosexual. So, on that alone, any sane heterosexual would not go there. But now, instead of being the Negroes of the past, I want y'all to listen to some of this stuff because I'm going to let y'all come in tonight and just whatever you want to say about Jesus got to die, man. Somebody got to kill him. And look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to kill him, and then we're going to make sure that every 3 days, just in case, that we have a team of killers that show up right there early at 12 a.m., just in case he show his head back up 3 days later, come back, kill his white honky behind again. We're going to come every 3 days to kill him until he don't come out of that thing no more, because this stuff is ridiculous. The fact that black people can go into a place where they can watch a preacher hump grown men on the ground, and the women and the men and the children stay there, all of them are sick. The fact that people will go to a place where a man molests little boys and essentially rapes them, have sex with them, and uses money and power to have sex with them or ravage them and stay there, that alone tells you that the church has no value and is sick and perverted. But I want you to listen to now that these preachers now that our people are so dim-witted and falling so ill-minded and unintellectual to this Christian madness of this cracker fag God, I want you to listen how directly these preachers are talking. They're not doing the old stuff they used to do. They're not like where they used to try to pretend and feign that they have some self-respect. Now they're perfectly clear on the fact that they hate black people. And, they're clear they hate us. I want you to listen to this. James David Manning, who is another popular preacher. I think he's up in New York. I want you to listen to this Negro. I mean, this is modern day. This ain't 10, 20 years ago. This is not no obscure church. It's a large church, a large following. And I want you to listen to this Negro and actually hear what's coming out of his Negro mouth.
So I'm here today to tell you, when I got saved from being an African American. Don't call me that. It's not what I am. Now, you can be what all you want, but I'm not an African American. Not only did I get saved and entered out of creation and the Achilles heel of God and into the void of God, for I should never be lost again, and into the presence of our Lord and my Savior, who has trusted me with his word. I no longer am an African American. Don't call me, and don't expect me to act like you. I'm not one of you. No. Not only am I not an African American, but I'm not a black man. Don't call me that either. I used to be. But can I tell you what it was like when I was a black man? Can I tell you? Will you let me? When I was a black man, I was a typical black man. I was a card-carrying black man. I was a good black man. I, like 70% of all other black men, I deserted my children. I did. That's right. Because that's what black men do. I walked out the house with my two little babies. Yes, I did. I walked out on them and their mother, and I left them to root little pig or die. I was a black man. I was a black man, and I thought nothing about how they were going to eat. I thought nothing of how she had to toil and what she had to do, or the heartache that she experienced when I walked out on our marriage, and I closed the door on our relationship, and I devoided my children of the experience of their father's voice in the house at night. I was a black man, because that's what black men do. They're 70% and growing. It's what black men do. I deserted my children. I was a black man in honor. So don't you ever call me again. Don't you call me a black man, because I'm not. When I got saved I got saved from the black man's mentality. I not only deserted my children, but I lied, smoked weed, snorted coke. When I think about the ounces of marijuana that I have bought, and I waited over against the clothes I bought for my children, or the food I put on the table, there was a black man, breaking open ounces of marijuana for me and my friends and my whores on the table. And we smoked until we couldn't smoke anymore, because I was a black man. But yet I put no food on the table for my children, because that's what black men do. And they don't want to hear the truth about who they are. Take your seats. But I recognize I don't want to be a black man. I don't want to be a nigger either, but I don't want to be a black man. I don't want to be African American. I don't want to be one of y'all. I told God, I said to my Lord, when I came to my senses, I said, well, what can I do? It's too late now for my children. It's too late. It's too late, Lord. The hunger that they felt because I wasn't there to provide for them, they're never going to forget it. Though they get great meals now, they're never going to forget that hunger. And my wife at that time, She's never going to ever trust another man again. In her innocence, she trusted me. And in her innocence, she brought forth children for me. But I was a black man. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud. And in that, I walked out and deserted her and my own children. And so I would say to the Lord, what can erase this pain? What can wipe away my sin? I can't go back and undo those hungry nights. I can't go back and undo that loneliness that my wife at the time felt. I can't go back. I can't go back and deal with all the things that was in her heart. What can I do to wipe away my sin? Can I give my right arm? I was a black man. Give my arm. I said, to be a black man. I was. Can I give it back and walk into a king's banquet? Black man. I was a soul brother. I was a member of the NAACP. I was a worshiper of the Urban League. I was a black man. What can I do? What can I do? But that wouldn't do it either. The Lord, his name is Jesus, told me the only thing that would help me is that I had to give my life. My arm was not enough. My pride was not enough. I had to give him my life, and then he had to throw it away and then move me back to the void beyond creation and glory. It's what God did for me.
Now, I have one problem with what he's saying. I agree that he deserved not to have his life. And if Jesus wanted this coon's life, I really believe this coon should have given him his life. Why the hell is he still alive? Jesus is a real jerk. I'm going to tell you why this crack is no good. The coons we don't want, like this fool, Jesus leaves them around. But then when we get brothers like Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad and the real soldiers and the real people that are fighting for our race, man, we always lose them too early. I'm like, man, why don't Jesus come? Look, there's a lot of these coons running around that we will be happy to give to Jesus. Jesus can have them. Jesus can keep them. Jesus can do whatever he wants with this clown. He said he gave his life away while he's still living. I'm saying to say, brothers and sisters, I want you to really think about this. This coon is giving a lecture, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's at least 6, maybe 7 young brothers. No, at least 7 or 8 young brothers in the back. We can't see how many in the audience, but just standing in the background. And he's teaching them all to hate themselves. This is what Christianity does. It's not like it used to be where you see the white clown fag on the wall and you say, okay, if he's white, that's white, and I'm black, so I have self-hatred. No, it's real direct now. He's saying, he's a black man saying he's not a black man. He's not a black man, he's a Negro. But the point is, he's a black male, proud to not be a black man, not wanting to be a black man, saying that Jesus wants his pride, just like we saw in Detroit with the guy laying down with the great humper, going around. So you don't have no pride. You can let a man just get on top of your hump. You don't even fight back. You give away your pride, your self-respect, your dignity, your consciousness of your race, and then all of a sudden this Peckerwood will accept you. Well, if you want to do all that, why don't you just take away your whole life? Why stay around to do that? I don't understand. Why does a Negro Christian even stay around? If they're going to surrender all that, he should just leave. No, he wants to stay around and make the world worse for us by teaching this mess to our people. I remember a while ago I had some brothers. we were real tight brothers, and they was always saying, a couple of brothers was like, man, let's just go burn some of these churches down. And I was like, man, I felt it, and we used to talk about it. We were real serious thinking about it, but we never did it. But it was a thought in our mind, and now I'm like, maybe there's some reality that maybe we got to do some real. Maybe there shouldn't be no churches in the black community. I know that the churches feed people that are hungry, and I definitely respect that. and appreciate it because I don't feed people that's hungry. Brothers Keeper does, but I can't say that One Horizon per se feeds the hungry. That's not one of the things that we do. We feed the hungry minds of our people, but we don't actually physically feed people as part of our work. But I don't know. At this point, maybe I'd rather a few people that shouldn't be hungry. I don't know, man. I'm going to have to get y'all online to tell me what you're thinking. But my whole point is Jesus just got to go. It's at this point, it ain't even no more logic to this whole thing. It ain't even nothing left to salvage among Christianity. It's so ridiculous and retarded now. It's asinine. They're overtly telling black people to hate themselves. They're having sex with dudes in front of people. I mean, they're open fags now. They're inviting fags in. I mean, it's just it's a cesspool. The church is filthier than the club. At least there's some heterosexuals in the club. And if you go up on a brother in a club and he's straight, you try to hump on him, you're going to get smacked. I mean, you go up in the church, you can hump a dude. You can tell a dude he's going to get ordained. He's going to let you in, surrender yourself to him, and you can lay on top of him and have a good time in front of people. And the church will start crying to be happy to see you give yourself to a black dude that's humping on top of you. This is the most craziest, psychopathic, sickest, degenerate, Christian gay universe ever exists. I'm going to play one more clip, then I'm going to wrap up, and we're going to go to our phone lines, brothers and sisters. But let everybody know, 760-569-7676. Jesus must go. He got to go. Jesus, there's no use for Jesus. I don't want to hear, and I'm going to do this black Jesus thing in a second too, though. The dialer number 760-569-7676. Again, that's 760-569-7676. Participation code 948-656#. That's 948-656#. Now, I'm going to play this one last thing. Another Negro preacher, Jesse Lee Peterson. I want y'all to listen to what this Negro says, brothers and sisters. Just listen so you can understand what I'm saying. There's absolutely nothing to be salvaged by Christianity whatsoever. We got to get rid of Jesus, the disciples, all of this foolish, retarded, stupid fairy tales. It's making complete jackasses out of African people.
No, I've often said that thank God for slavery because, had not, then the blacks who were here would have been stuck in Africa. And you see how bad Africa is. Everybody and mama trying to get out of Africa and come to America. And so God has a way of looking out for folks, and he made it possible by way of slavery to get black folks into this country. But 100% American. Proud of it. I thank God that he saw fit for me to get here. Never mind that, we were sold. I guess my ancestors way back, way young to when, were sold by Arabs and blacks to white folks and got us here. The white man came and brought us to the greatest country in the world. The ride over was pretty tough, but, it's like riding on a crowded airplane and when you're not in first class. It's a tough ride. But you're happy when you get to your destination. And so the ride was tough over here. The pain for freedom was tough, because in life, if you want to gain something, you got to lose something. No pain, no gain. So it was the pain was tough, all for the sake of freedom. So I thank God that he got me here, and to show my appreciation to the blacks who suffer as a result of coming here, and the Arabs and blacks who sold us to the white man for going there and getting us and bringing us here. I want to say thanks.
Now, am I wrong? Am I wrong for saying we need to just, literally, I don't have the magic of how it's going to happen, but we definitely got to put something up so that people have an alternative. But even without the alternative, Christianity just got to go. Jesus has got to go. Jesus got to die. I want a Jesus got to go campaign. Jesus got to die. We got to get rid of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, and for those who come with this black Jesus thing, I got to say that. I'm going to keep it real. Am I saying that we are not a messianic people that look for a savior? No, I ain't talking about Haru. I ain't say Haru. I say Jesus. Listen, black Jesus, no, it's not gonna work. I'm not accepting no well, let's move from white Jesus to black. No, I'm going to tell you why I say that. This is really going to hurt, but it hurt me when I thought about it too, and it came to me, and I was like, man, this is real deep. I have a slide that I do when I do the Christianity lecture. And I put, there's a bunch of different Jesus Christ, and all of them look different. They're different people. They're different portraits, not people with different crackers. So I put a picture of one cracker up there. I said, who is that? And they say, Jesus. I said, put a picture of that. Who is that? They say, Jesus. Now, these two different crackers. I might put 10 crackers up there. They say, Jesus. And then at the end, I said, well, are these the same people? I say, no. I said, well, how all of them Jesus? They said, dang. I said, so who is Jesus? They say, dang. Jesus is the whites. Right. Any stringy-haired cracker I put up on this thing is Jesus. But then something hit me that really, really messed me up. And this one I said, okay, Jesus got to die, man. This whole foolishness, we got to get rid of it. Because I thought that was deep. And, of course, people always respond like, dang, man, that's real deep. All these crackers are different crackers. Yet, if we look at any of them, they're Jesus. We mean whites are Jesus. But it's deeper than that. I just decided at one time to put a cracker that was a wrestler with long hair in there. And I said, who is this? They, Jesus. And I put the cracker that's a wrestler, and they say, a wrestler. I was like, uh-huh. Then I put a black Jesus on there, and they said, who is that? They said, black Jesus. And then Jesus. I said, dang, it's deeper than we think. This dude is black. But if he's gay, with long stringy hair and look like a punk with a long dress, he's Jesus. If this cracker look halfway masculine, he's some other cracker they don't know. You can't be Jesus just by being white. You got to be a faggot. I want y'all to listen to what I'm saying. You can't put a strong-looking white male, even if he is a faggot underneath. I'm saying on the surface, if he's a strong-looking white male, they will not classify him as Jesus. He got to look like a fag. And if you put a black-looking fag with long hair up there, they'll go, that's black Jesus, which means they'll even accept him being black as long as he's a fag. As long as he don't exhibit no manhood, he's Jesus. So any faggot is Jesus. So we've not only been worshiping crackers, we didn't know it, we've been worshiping fags. Look, you try it for yourself. You put the picture, who is that? If you take the same cracker and then put a black person in that same faggot pose, arms all splinging all over the place with a long, stinky robe, a black person will tell you, oh, that's a black Jesus. How do you know he's Jesus? He's just some fag somebody took a picture of in a big dress. We'll put a strong brother on there and say, who is that? I ain't never seen him before. We ain't never seen the fag Negro I put up there. So Jesus is not white. He's a white fag. And they'll accept a black fag. But they don't really want a black fag. They want a white fag. And I don't really have a real decisive way of which one is worse or better. Fag is a fag, but I don't know which one is worse. You figure it out now. I can't split hairs on fags. They fags. I don't want to touch them, much less split a hair. But I'm saying, in one way or the other, for black people to have a Jesus or Savior, the only Savior they know is a faggot. A male, effeminized, long-haired, stringy-haired fag. So to them, God is a fag. No wonder black people turn to a bunch of fags in the church. Jesus is a fag. And if he don't look like a fag, he can't be, even a cracker can't get a Jesus fast. Put a strong, muscle-bound looking cracker that looks masculine, he can't be Jesus. He can't be easily identified as Jesus. Now, they may give him a Jesus pass since he's related to Jesus because he's white, but they won't call him Jesus. You got to be a long, stringy-haired fag, which means all these churches are a bunch of fag institutions, a spiritual fagdom. And they've been training us for this for hundreds of years. We didn't even know it. I mean, I didn't even realize that till recently. I knew there's a lot of fag stuff that happened, but I never dawned on me that it's not just that he's white. He's got to be effeminate and a fag in order for you to worship him as God, which means something real sick about us because the people that have come and saved us, Harriet Tubman, she was feminine in the fact that she's a woman, but she was a freedom fighter. She was courageous. She was brave. Nat Turner, he was brave. Garvey was outspoken and boisterous. He wasn't sitting around talking in a nice, simple, moaning sound to try to sound like a damn fag. We never been attracted to no fags. We're attracted to people that will stand up and fight for us. Not all of them have boisterous, strong, powerful voices, but they all strong on some level. We never been attracted to no fag-like savior. That ain't even part of our character. They've actually Christianity has corrupted our sense of what will save us, and rebellion and decency and manhood and righteousness and justice and freedom. It completely made us a bunch of fags, not just actual practice and physical fags, but spiritual fags, political fags, backwards race of people who completely can't think our way outside of a box. Christianity must die. Jesus must die. I don't want no black Jesus. I don't want no white Jesus. I don't want no Chinese Jesus. I don't want no female Jesus. To hell with Jesus. Jesus is a fag, and he should die like all the rest of you goddamn fags. Excuse my language, doggone fags. Young people listen, I said doggone. I didn't say those other words that you might have thought you just heard. These doggone fags, these homos and these freaks and these Greeks and freaks, this stuff, all of it's got to go. Now, maybe you have some solutions to how we get it done. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just feel like me tonight. You want to cut some fags out, some Christian fags, same thing. Matter of fact, Christians and fags, same thing. Jesus will get you humped. That's my new thing. Jesus will get you humped, man. I've seen it. You believe in Jesus, you will let a guy lay you down, put a bedspread over top of you, and then get on top of you and start crying. Man, I can't do it anymore. I can't even be nice to Christians anymore. I'm not, look, all right, I want y'all to help me out. I want to vote tonight. I know I got to ask Sister Nevertari because she might get mad at me if somebody has something at the church and I won't go. But I need a vote from the family tonight. I want to go to her tonight. I want to go to my queen and say, babe, I want to talk to you about something. And I want to tell her I made a decision for myself. I'm not stepping foot in a church ever again in my life. Now, I don't care if it's a wedding. Now, a funeral, yeah, you want to see the deceased also, only for funerals, not for, I don't know, help me out, because I really don't want to go to a church no more, because I just saw a guy get humped in the church, and people singing along with it. That scares me. I ain't going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I don't usually get scared. There's not a lot of things that can frighten me. That was scary to me. I mean, I watched it, and it was so gay. I started calling people and sending out emails like, yo, is this gay? Not that I didn't know it was gay, right? But it was so profoundly, perversely gay that I was like, well, maybe I'm looking too deep into this, because nobody would hump somebody in front of a church. And then he's doing two goos, so it's like an orgy. So I know people would sit in a church, Christian people, black Christian people sit in a church and sing a song, I give myself to thee, while I do hump lays on top of another man, two men, and starts humping them in front of their families. I was like, nah, maybe this is like, maybe I'm missing what I'm seeing. But I wasn't missing it because it's gay. But I felt like I was missing it because we can't be that gay, because I'm black and I'm not gay. And even though there are fags out here, I just don't feel like we're that gay right now. But we are that gay because I watched it and I've seen it for myself. So I need some help. It's not just about fags, though. It's just Negroes now stand up to them. I'm not black. I'm not African. I'm in the church now. It's not like he's a Negro on the street. We know Negroes don't know any better. This Negro has a congregation and a bunch of young men that's going to be males now. They can't even love themselves. And he's talking about he's not black. He doesn't want to be black. Black men are everything that's negative. And the only way for him to be decent was to stop being black. I mean, we got Jesse Lee Peterson. I mean, this coon, this shine. Incidentally, just so if we have any elders listening, when we say shine, we're not talking about brothers that shine shoes or anything like that. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about them big, skinning, grinning, cheesing, Cheshire cat grins on people's faces with the big cheesy face grin, smiling Negro accommodation. How you doing, sir? You know, this, and we say shine because they smiling their teeth and brightening and got the little gleam coming off their teeth to say how much they love Peckerwoods. You know, in the modern context, we're not talking about nothing from the past. So I don't want anybody to feel disrespected like that. Whatever you did as an occupation to get your family by, we respect that. I'm just saying we call them shine because they just smiling and grinning and kissing white folks behinds while they turning their back on their brothers and sisters that's trying to do work for our people. So these cooning, shining, bucking, Uncle Tom, Mobutu Negroes, this Negro talking about thank you for enslaving our people. I mean, I really feel like we should, I'm not advocating this. I don't want this to go the wrong way. Let me say it like this. When they had that incidences of churches burning in the black community, I felt really ambivalent. Part of me was like, well, they feed a lot of people. The other part of me was like, well, they can't feed them now. I think now I'd be like 100%. They can't feed them now. Who cares? I don't think there should be a black church in the black community. I mean, am I going too far? Tell me if I'm going too far. Jesus got to die. Christianity got to die. Get rid of it. I don't ever want to meet another black Christian again. And I'm struggling, thinking I may never go to a church again. Help me out, brother. Am I crazy? Or am I seeing what I see? If black people lost their African minds, is Christianity need to be taken, put in a bonfire of fire, and anybody that stays in that bonfire needs to just burn with it, and we move forward and produce something for our people? Because this, to me, looks like insanity. I'm going to go to my first call. Detroit.
See, I knew you was going to come to me first. What am I supposed to say after that?
Oh, so what, you scared to beat up on a Christian?
No, I'm speechless. That was a full hour of coonery. I don't know what to say. I am usually not speechless. I was hoping somebody would warm it up for me because I don't know what to say to that. That was.
Hey, did you see the humper? Did you see the Christian humper?
Yes, I saw it while you were in Africa, and I was going to send it to you, but I was like, I'm not subjecting nobody else to this. Because okay. I got that I'll give myself away song stuck in my head.
Look, I'm being honest. Just tell me if I'm going. Was that okay? How gay was that? How gay was it? Give it a gay meter from 0 being it wasn't gay, you misinterpreted it, to 10 being like that's the gayest, most pornography, gay, fag, cracker, caves and hills of Europe thing I've ever seen. How gay was it?
On the Ngram e-meter, that was off the charts. That I think that broke the e-reader machine or whatever. Because you left out. I mean, because at first he was humping them, but then after a minute or two he started convulsing.
Yeah,
I mean, it was like wasn't like, you know, but if you looked, he was shaking.
Yeah, he brother said this dude was shaking on other dudes, man. He
started out like humping, and then he went to shaking. It was crazy. And then the brothers, when they finally got up, had tears in their eyes, like they had just been violated, or that was unbelievable.
What about this Jesse Lee Peterson saying thank you for the slave ships?
we got to do something with these people. We all know that there's coons, and it's one thing if you just cooning on your own, but when you are leading a congregation into that kind of madness, something's got to be done. It's got to stop.
We got congregational coonery, like large masses of coonery going on to large numbers of black people, and this is being taught to children.
Yeah, and then he messed me up because I didn't even realize that the dry humper was in Detroit. I'm trying to figure out where to do that.
Yeah, man. Y'all ain't holding it down up in Detroit. I mean, D.C. is fag capital, but, man, I don't know if we got dry humpers in the church. I mean, I know there's dry humpers in the church, but I don't know what they're doing in front of the congregation.
But then you say that preacher was from Detroit?
He's from Detroit. That's what I'm saying. Y'all slipping.
Man.
Y'all
I'm going to do some research and see where he is. I got to know.
Well, tell Brother David, please don't convert. If we moving too slow with this revolution, don't convert and want to become a Christian, because if you go in one of them churches in Detroit, man, you don't know what might happen. Now, am I being extreme when I say I don't want to ever go to a church again?
No, that's something, because I didn't really grow up in the church too much. I went occasionally if they were going to have some food or something, but I ain't never really believed in Christianity, so I wasn't into it like that. But sometimes when I go home, my father wanted me to go to his church and meet his preacher, and I get out of it, you know, I tell him, you know, I'm really not feeling that. I'll meet his preacher outside of church. I don't really want to go to church. But he's been pressing it more and more. But I've been even dealing with the funerals, because not only do I not want to go to a church funeral, I don't want to go to a Christian funeral, period. And I know that seems real disrespectful to a lot of people, but, you know, just the whole ceremony, it's emotionally draining. It's almost like sadistic. You sit there and listen to garbage for hours, people acting a fool, trying to be converted. It's just ridiculous. So I don't want to go to any Christian funerals if I can help it.
Okay. So see, this is the thing, man. If somebody in my family passes, I'm really messed up about not going to see him go away, but I really don't want to step foot in it. You know what? You don't have to go in the church. I could wait till they get out the church and when they take them to the burial, right?
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I would probably go in the church, but what I said is I will go to view the body or whatever, and then I may go and see them, be buried. But I'm not staying for that ceremony. If I do go in the church, it'll be to view the body and be out, but I'm not going to go to another ceremony.
What about weddings?
No, that's not worth it to me because normally they don't be staying together that long anyway, so I'll give them a gift. You gotta get married outside. I ain't doing it.
You know what? This is going to sound real extreme. And I don't know, so don't quote me because I can't say, Nefertari might beat me up for this. I don't know. I'm going to say I'm going to make an attempt to boycott ever stepping a foot in that sanctum of fagdom and black self-hatred ever again in my life. Meaning, I never, from this day forward to the rest of my life, intend to step in a Christian church under any and all circumstances. I'm not saying that I absolutely won't, and it might not work, but at this particular moment, with the hatred and bitterness I have towards all Christianity everywhere in the universe, past, present, and future, I don't ever want to violate my own self, my own person, by stepping into that sanctum of fagdom. I just think that it's wrong, and I shouldn't do it. So if I did that and got conflict from people about it, would I be wrong?
Let me ask you this. I'm trying to be an upright person. I'm trying to live as much of a moral life as I can. Would it be a problem? Would I have to defend myself if I said I'm not going to ever step in a bar or a strip club?
No, you shouldn't go in a bar or a strip club.
What's the difference between that and the church?
Oh, I'll tell you what the difference is, though. The bar and the strip club actually have some heterosexuals in them.
That's true.
The church is just a bunch of fags. So
it's crazy. I don't know when that happened. Like the pastor used to be the biggest pimp. He used to be worried about the women in the church. I don't know for the life of me when this whole thing shifted. I mean, I know the white pastors used to do that, but when did the brothers get in on this? Because they used to be with every woman up in the church. Now they want their sons.
Well, because they've been. No. Tell me, did I go too far when I said the analogy, when I do the little thing and I say, who is this? White, and it's Jesus. And who is this? Did I go too far to say Jesus is white, but more than white, he's a fag?
No, you didn't go too far at all. I don't know. I mean, maybe they was doing it all along, maybe because homosexuality is more popular now. They doing it more openly, but it used to seem like they was more heterosexual to me. It seemed like they coming out the woodwork with this.
Let me ask you this, and then I'm going to go to my next call. But is it a stretch to say that the word homosexuality and the word Christianity are synonymous and interchangeable?
Yes, sir. Same thing.
So basically I can say, man, look at this, another Christian. Man, look at this Christian youngin'. This youngin' 15, he a Christian already.
Yep. You ain't going to go to a gay bar, don't go to church.
Wow. A church is...
The way it goes, it's going to be fags. And it's either going to be Jesus juice or beer, same thing. You're getting drunk and being around some fags. Don't do it.
So the church is like okay, wait. Okay. The church is a gay, because you got a bar that's a gay bar. Then you got a gay club. And then the church is the gay, what? The gay. Is it a club?
Yeah, I mean, they do the same dances in the church they do in the club. They got the liquor. They got Jesus. They got the fags.
It's the gay lounge. The church is the gay lounge.
Yeah.
In the lounge, you got the liquor. You got the men and women. But this one is the gay lounge, so it's the men and the men, and the women and the women. And in the lounge, you go there, it's all kinds of people. Some people getting drunk, people eating. At the church, you eat, you drink, and you just lounge around and don't do nothing worth nothing. Just talk. Just beat time away. Just like church. You go there, you don't learn nothing, you beat time away, blah, blah, this, Jesus this. On the fourth day, turn to Matthew, blah, 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 gibberish, ja, blah, 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 give me some money back. Yeah, okay. Lounge.
Give tips.
Lounge.
They pass around collection plates, you give tips. I mean, the same thing.
Yeah, you get tips. Strip club. It's the gay lounge.
You make it rain in the church.
You make it rain. Oh, it's the gay lounge. The church is the gay lounge. You know what? Christian is a fag. So like from now on, sometimes I like, brother, you know, are you instead of saying are you a homosexual, are you a Christian? If you say yes, I am. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, brother, I believe in black man be the black woman here, so we're not into that right now. So a Christian is a fag. Fag is a Christian. They same thing.
Same thing. I mean, if they're not practicing that, they're headed in that direction, and they probably will at some point in time. So
even if they don't, their God is gay. Jesus, he's a fag. Have you seen him?
I've seen him.
Is he gay?
Look gay to me.
Look gay to me too. He's a fag. So if your God is a fag, aren't you a fag?
I'd say so.
I mean, you are your God, right? You want your God in you. Don't they say don't they eat God? Don't they say they eat God and he becomes part of them?
They give themselves away.
They give themselves away. And they drink his blood.
They said, I give myself away so you can use me. So.
Hey, Christian, get off. You're a Christian. Hang the phone up, damn it. Don't be called this line. The lines are gay right now. If you're a Christian fag, hang up the phone. Don't be tuning in your gay ears. And, man, Christianity is fagdom. Fagdom is Christianity. Lady Shabazz has stated it, and I agree with her. I'm putting it on you. See that? I agree with her 100%. It's the gay lounge. That's what the church is now. It's the gay lounge. I agree with you 100%. Christianity must go. Jesus must go. One Horizon, 2013. Jesus and Christianity must go. Now, tell us what you're doing tomorrow night. No, you're not going to the gay lounge. And tell us what your program going to be about tomorrow night.
Well, it was going to be about the warfare of love, but we are postponing that show. So the next best thing I could come up with is black widowism in the conscious community. We ain't calling it feminism anymore because it's different. I'm going to get into it tomorrow.
Woo! 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 Let me tell you something now. Neither rain, nor sleet, nor gay Jesus, nor the Christian Humper can stop me from tuning into that program tomorrow night.
I'm so through with you. You said the Christian Humper.
These I'm not even the Christian Humper. Wayne T. Wayne. That's worse than T-Pain. I'm not messing with the Bishop. Anybody named Bishop anything, I'm leaving him alone because that man was super gay. He could talk men into giving himself to thee. So I'm done with it.
All right, I'm gonna leave it right there because I have nothing else to say.
Gay lounge in the trunk.
Peace.
The gay lounge, or also known as the Christian Church. No, hold up, no, it ain't. Man, my rib shot. Oh man, that hurt. What's up, brother? Body shot.
Hotel Warrior.
What's going on, man?
Bruh, I gotta sit this round out, bruh.
What?
I gotta sit this round out, bruh. I'm speechless, man. I'm outdone, man. Wow. You know, I had some stuff lined up to talk about, man, but you it's just wow. I mean, the only one you missed in recent times is the pastor who told everybody his penis squirted out holy milk. Hold up, man. Stop making me laugh, man. Hey, bro, I'm trying to be serious, man.
Look, man, when I saw that story, man, it was so crazy. I just skipped it. You know how some things I couldn't. It's getting so bad that it's getting beyond my ability to verbally attack. I find myself striving to find a way to target this thing. Man, our people are. I'm sorry, we've been reduced to a bunch of idiots, man.
Hey, man, just go to the next call, man. I can't breathe.
Hey, man, look, I know they're going to hate me for this, and it's probably wrong to say, but Christians are stupid, man. I'm sorry, bro. Stupid Christians in the trunk. All right, bro, I'll talk to you. Ugh, bro. What's that, man? You done, bro?
I can't breathe.
Nah, man. All right, bro. Will. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go. I'm not trying to be funny, but he said. Nah, I can't even comment on that. I have no direction to address that particular comment. So, anything else, bro? You done?
Nah, bro, I'm done.
Peace. I see you on the battlefield, bro. Like we're around here clowning around. He's clowning around, but it's not his fault because he's looking at Christianity and he can't stop laughing. And if you actually have a sense of humor, even if you at one time you may have been a Christian humper too, or a candidate for the Christian humper, maybe not actually getting humped, but you were a candidate because if you were in that kind of, if you were in the gay lounge, then he'd have been looking at you too. Maybe you're not that far gone, but at this point, you know, you got to have a sense of humor because otherwise you'll start hating black people because this stuff is way past gone. So, oh, man, I see, bro. I got one more call. Then I'm telling y'all now, Brother Kimmett is on the line, so I already know. I'll tell you, if there's any Christians listening now, I'm doing this for your own benefit. I'm telling you, out of everybody on this station, I hate Christianity, but honestly, I ain't going to sit here and lie. I've been listening to the Cypher for the last couple of weeks, and between Brother Kimmett and his wife Nefertari, they've been brutalizing Christianity so much. It just sparked something in me, and me and Brother DJ was talking, and he was just talking about these Christian sensibilities, and I was saying, y'all really have been too nice to these Christians. It's just to be making me feel guilty because I do be taking it light. I said, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead. This man is humping people. It's time to just let the dogs out and get on. So I'm going to go to one more call. And then if you're a Christian, I suggest when Brother Kimmett gets on, you might want to put the phone down because I know he's going to light into y'all because he does. That's what he does. And he's probably right to do it. And I'm probably going to enjoy that phone call, but you might not be able to take it. So I don't know what you're going to do. But I'm going to go to 4938. You're live on Warner Horizon. 4938. 4938. Going once. Going twice. All right. All right. If I'm not mistaken, this is my brother Kimmett. Oh, 3556. 3556. Going once. Going twice. All right. Okay. All right. Well, let me go 1368. You live on Warner Horizon.
Good evening. This was a very good program and relevant topic. Now I don't feel so bad about all the times I was asleep in church when I was younger. Now I was thinking about this after I read an article a while back about the difference between an African wedding, African marriage, and a slave weddings. And this has caused me to think about some questions as far as marriage between a black man and black woman under the framework of Christianity. Now, this religion goes against everything that we are about as a people. How are our marriages legitimate under the religion? When you're standing in front of the pastor, they're telling you you're getting married under holy matrimony. I mean, they've taken everything else from us, so most of us don't even know what an African wedding is. But all we know is the bride has to wear a white dress and all this other stuff that goes on with it, all the ring boy, flower girl, this conspicuous consumption that goes into the weddings, and all this, that, and the third. And you got to be in the church, in the fag institution. So, I'm thinking, if this religion is a slave religion, if we get married under it, I mean, will it be a slave marriage? And this has been a question I have been thinking, as far as just, young women that want to get married and all of this, that, and the third, but what do they really have to look to? So that was just maybe a question that I might have had, what do you think? I'm not trying to delegitimize anybody's, marriage, under the church out here. But we got to do away with this religion. We're going to have to do away with everything that has to do with it, even the marriages and the funerals. Because we can't even get married under it.
I'm not exaggerating when I say That is one of the deepest, and I don't want to say that I've never heard it before, because if I did, I don't want to disrespect anybody if they came before with that, but I do not ever remember hearing something so basic and fundamental be articulated in that manner. What I'm hearing from you, man, this is really deep, is that since this is our enemy, and this is the God of the white race who's a fag anyway and don't even believe in a man and a woman,
right,
then any type of marriage that you say you have under that guise of that, there's no righteousness or spirituality associated with it. It's your enemy's God, so it's not even legitimate as a ceremony.
Yes. So, I've just been wondering about it, Our marriage is even, are we better off just hopping over a broomstick? You got to stand in front of the fag preacher. He pronounces you husband and wife when they don't even believe in husband and wife.
Damn.
What exactly is going on with it? And now I see what Attorney Maddox was saying. Attorney, I think it was his last name, Maddox. He was saying, all of these things with gay marriage and whatnot. He said black people so quick to hop on gay marriage. He said even us under heterosexual marriages is not even legitimate. So either both of them are no good. If you get married under a fag institution,
it's a gay marriage.
I mean, even if it is a man and a woman, and I don't want to upset anyone and make it seem like I'm saying their marriage is no good, but we got to come up with some other alternative.
Let me tell you something. Man, wow. Listen, I'm not doing this for effect. You're going into a homosexual institution from a homosexual framework to ask a homosexual God if you can have a heterosexual relationship that will last.
Right.
There's nothing that anybody can say to me to say that that's a legitimate union. I'm not saying that two people, whatever they say to one another, is not legitimate. I'm just saying that ritual and that ceremony cannot be valid because it's done under the auspices of your enemy who's enslaved you. And he's a fag. And no fag can ordain heterosexuality and the rights of heterosexuality. It doesn't make any sense. And
it's crazy.
Which makes even, and this is philosophical, we understand that every black person is not gay, but it makes every marriage that has occurred in a Christian church in this country for black people on some level a homosexual union. Not that the people are homosexual, but it's a homosexual ritual because the institution, from the God to the turn the other cheek to the let people abuse you, the whole thing is effeminate and homosexual and backwards. And it's not legitimate. And there's no way we should be going in there to see our people off to their transition after they've lived their life here, or to bring together a man and woman in what they would call holy matrimony. Wow.
Exactly, and that could be part of the reason. And I'm not trying to I'm going to generalize here by saying while a lot of people think a lot of black marriages are not lasting that long, at least now, recently, or for the past 30, 40 years or so, perhaps it's just not meant to occur under that framework, just everything about it. Because everything about it has a symbolic meaning. The fact that the woman she wears a white dress. When I was doing research on more traditional African weddings, I didn't really see anything about a white dress. I didn't see anything, about that. And I guess it's supposed to symbolize, cleanliness or whatever, but is the black woman trying to somehow equate herself to the white woman by wearing the white dress? It's just been some things I've been thinking about it. So many of our women we're so caught up gotta get married, and then on top of that, I gotta spend money that I don't have to get married under an institution is not legitimate to begin with.
A marriage in this society is almost like Christmas. You saying you're doing it because, and I'm not saying every marriage, but you got to spend money that you don't have. The expectation is that you spend all of this money to do something that's about something else. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't have nice ceremonies.
Right.
But substantially, a lot of that money many times ends up going to whites.
Mhm.
And when we spend the money with one another, I'm not have so much problem. But a lot of times, black folks spend a lot of money outside of our community with these marriages and weddings, in what can only be perceived as European, because the whole religious system, the King James book, he was a fag. It's all a bunch of ritualistic homosexuality, effeminized, non-traditional, non-African, backwards, racist, gibberish that we associate in participating in. I think I'm going to take your advice. We're going to talk to some of our elders that we really respect, and we're going to talk about, and I don't even just want to get just a traditional African wedding. I want to take some things from traditional African ceremonies, but I also say we got to go futuristic and look at where we're trying to go as a race of people. Since we're in a race war for our survival, I think that the fact that we're in a race war should be incorporated into a union and a marriage, because what are you getting together for if you're not going to get together as a man and woman that's going to fight for the liberation of our people and build healthy families to fight for our race? So I thank you for that comment. That's serious. You got anything else for us, sister?
No, sir. No.
That was serious.
All right, brother. Well, you all continue to keep on doing what y'all are doing and keep on going.
All right, we'll do that, and we'll definitely see you on the battlefield.
All right.
All right. Man, that was serious. I like that. 4623, you live on War on the Horizon.
Before here, brother.
Hey, my brother, TRUELIVINGGOD. What's up, true and living God?
Whole time. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I was gonna bring up that story that Body Shop said, and it's just insane. I guess my only question would be is, a lot of times when I end up debating Christians, they bring up Marcus Garvey, they bring up Nat Turner, because that's my argument too, that Christianity is very gay, and also distracts us from the war that we're in. And what would you say to that, brother?
I would say, well, if you're gonna pick up a sword and go kill crackers like Nat Turner, then go ahead. Let's see. If that's the Christianity you practicing, let me see it. If not, that's not. Obviously, Nat Turner wasn't practicing what you practicing. That's what I would say.
No doubt.
Because if you're going to say that race first and you're going to fight the whites and build African institutions, if you're saying that's Christianity, let me see it. But then, of course, they're not going to do it. Then I quickly take that back, and that'll be one argument. Then I'll say the other argument is the only reason Nat Turner used Christianity is because he didn't have nothing else.
Word.
And when you are, and this is something that people need to understand, when you're a race man or race woman, your ultimate goal is to fight for your race. So you use any tool that's around. When you get a better tool, you trade in your worst tool for the better one.
That's right.
If he'd have had African nationalism, if he'd have had the comedic information of Astro Kwesi and Dr. Joseph Ben-Yakin and C.L.F. James and our brother George G.M. Jackson, he would have used that. He just didn't have that at his disposal. If all he had was his Bible, he found a way to make his Bible kill crackers, and that's good enough for me. I don't call him a Christian. I do know that he said he was a Christian, but the reality of it, he was a race man. He was a freedom fighter. And even Brother Garvey, and I'm glad you brought that up because it's something for us to remember. And it's something that we're not mature enough to do. But Brother Garvey was mature enough to do this. And we need to be mature as a race of people. Now, Brother Garvey was a Christian, a practicing Christian. But this is how deep it is. Brother Garvey, when he was starting his institution, there was another brother who he was starting the UNIA with. And that brother was a Christian minister. And they were good friends. And they had huge, long debates because the brother wanted to have a religious base to the UNIA. And Garvey said, I will not do that because if I have a religious base, then if I'm Christian, then I alienate my Islam, my Jew brothers, any black people. He said, I don't want anything to distract from black people's unity. So even though I'm a Christian, we will not have a Christian base for the UNIA so that all black people feel equally bound to join us, because my religion means nothing to me. And if I had to give it away in a minute, if I had to pick between my blackness and my Christianity, I'd throw my Christianity in a toilet in a minute to fight for my freedom of my race and everything like that. So religion didn't mean nearly as much to Brother Garvey as his racial survival. And what we have to do is race the people. Some of us come from an Islamic background. Some of us come from Christian background, and it's really gay. Some of us come from all different types of backgrounds. And once we get better knowledge, some of us are able to transition, some of us are not. The mature thing we've got to do, though, when we have children, we cannot say just because we grew up with something that we can't let go, that we're going to pigeonhole our children into that. My mother did that. She was growing up in the Christian church. She never absolutely left the church, but she would not make me have to believe in Christianity when I was growing up, and she told me not to do it, to find my own way, which is what released my mind open enough to find my way. We got to stop handicapping our children with our sick, perverse misinformation that we've been given, and allow them to be free to think so that they can come up with better solutions for our people. So that would be my answer. I know it's kind of long, but I hope it answers your question.
Yo, that's actually a great point, and that brings me to the fact that Carlos Cooks, who was one of Garvey's right-hand man, was an atheist. And when a lot of people was basically going behind Carlos Cooks' back and try to get Garvey to get him to have Carlos Cooks step down because he was an atheist and not a Christian, Marcus Garvey was like, nah, go ahead, let him go ahead. He's going to stay on his post. So you're right, brother.
That's right. He's right. Garvey was like, is he fighting crackers? Is he fighting for the independence of black people? Does he love his race? I don't care what he believes in. That's his own personal belief, but he believes in our people, and that's more important than the religion. And we got to get back to that. And one way to get back to that is to get rid of these foreign religions. So I'm going on the war, brother. I want to see Christianity torn down among African people, Islam destroyed among African people, and African-centered spiritual gibberish gobbledygook destroyed among African people too, so that we can get something that can work for us to free our people. What you think about that, bro?
I'm with you, brother. See you on the battlefield.
All right, bro. We see you on the battlefield.
B40.
B40. That's a warrior right there, brothers and sisters. If you don't know, my brother D-Town in the South. How you doing, brother?
Brother, speechless right now. I just was watching YouTube about this so-called Bishop Wayne T. and just like over here just going crazy, brother.
Brother, have you ever seen anything like that, brother?
Brother, I've never seen nothing like that in my life, but everything is expected to come out. Right now we got this dead Pope that's about to resign in the next couple of weeks. I mean, everybody know that Christianity is falling and where it's headed. So, we need to just go ahead, for those who still, teetering on that fence with that white Jesus or, any kind of Jesus for that matter, you need to just leave it alone. The proof is in the pudding.
So now tell me if I'm going too far, because, the traditional method that the scholars and the griots have been doing is that in order to get movement from the white Jesus, they will accept the black Jesus and speak of the heroes of the past in allegory in terms of the black Jesus concept. I'm saying, to hell with any Jesus. We need our own messianic concepts. We have Haru. We have, they used to say, who got the Nam? That's the spirit of somebody to lead our people. They would say that in the Masi group. Who got the Nam? We got all of our own kind of stuff. Or we might just say, like Brother Kamal Cambone, who has the final solution to the problem of white life on planet Earth? My question to you is it going too far to say the hell with any Jesus, including the black Jesus? Am I out of line?
Not out of line, brother. I mean, once again, I think we had a topic like this before when we were talking about that Jesus, and my words still have not changed. Black, white, brown, red, yellow, whatever the case. If the mentality is based upon that peace, love, and homosexuality type of Jesus, then we need to rid our whole lives of this beast.
Mm. All right, well there it is, brother. You got anything else for us?
What Brother Body Shots was talking about, brother. What sick individual was that was talking now? Is that on YouTube as well?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I forget the dudes. I'm dead serious when I say I saw it and it was just too much for me. I couldn't even do it. But basically, this preacher, and I don't know how he got in trouble because I didn't even read it too much. I just read the but you can put it in on YouTube. Preacher says that he has holy milk coming out of his organ, and I didn't read no further to find out the full breadth of the thing. I didn't even want to look no further, but it's a real story. I mean, it really happened. Or at least the article came out. Yeah, it's out there on YouTube. You want to research it.
All right, brother. What do you think about the things that's going on with this surge of homosexuality just coming out in the churches and people accepting it? You know what I'm saying? Where are we heading with that?
I think that the work, and for brothers and sisters who haven't seen it, there's a DVD that we have called Sexual Warfare, Blacks versus Homos. You can get that on, go to warnhorizon.com, go to the store, and you can get that. And the reason we did that is to say exactly deal with what you're saying, like, because it's like, why is all this happening? And what we show is from the early 1900s until now, we show the progression of the homosexual warfare against black people that we didn't know was going on. And my point in saying that, to get to the answer to your question, is that what we're seeing is the fallout, not of something that's been going on only for 30 years. Well over 100 years, there's been an organized effort from within and from external. And now, in the last 30 years, the black homos within our community have organized politically, and the white homos on the outside and the small hats who are trying to do depopulation, they've all converged to see this as the final solution to African people. And so with the magnitude of what has been happening internally, externally, and now them joining forces to homosexualize and destroy African people and the sexual abuse and all these things coming together, we're seeing the fallout. The bad news is how much damage this is doing and what we're seeing in our community. The good news, if we can call it such a thing, the good news in this is where it's leading is that the single issue of black revolutionary thinking is going away from poverty, which gets us confused with the socialism and all this kind of stuff, and it's moving away from religion. The single issue that's becoming apparent among serious African people is now one issue, which is a cultural issue and a sexual issue, so-called homosexuality. How that benefits us is that for the first time in almost a century, we have one single issue that all the strong people can galvanize behind and build a movement behind and unify behind. We can shed the old skin of all of this other filth that they had to divide us and come together on one principle. The black man is for the black woman. The black woman is for the black man. Anybody that gets in the way of that, we'll kill them and destroy them. And now we have an issue that decent black people around the world can unify on to wage a war against this filthy beast. And it's permanent because the cracker cannot become an unfag because he's a fag by nature. So it puts us in a permanent war against our enemies. It's actually the best thing that could have ever happened, even though in the short run it's the ugliest thing we've ever seen. You there with me, brother? All right. Our brother dropped the line, but that's all right. I think he got what he was calling in for. 4623, you live on One Horizon.
Yes, sir. This Brother True again, family.
Oh, I'm sorry. I came to you. Sorry about that, brother. All right. Anonymous caller, you live on One Horizon. Anonymous call, going once, going twice. All right. And let me make sure 3556, you live on One Horizon. 3556, going once, going twice. All right. I think it's my brother. It's my brother Bookman. Is this Bookman?
Black supremacy, bro. How you doing?
Hey, doing fantastic. How you doing, warrior?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. It's you're right about that, man. Burn the Jesus movement up all together, you know what I mean? Just put a fire out there. Bob Marley have a song that he said, you see the churches, he feel like he want to burn one. You know what I mean? And now that the clips he played, I've seen, them clips there, I've seen them clips some years ago. And it just goes to show you where the white man have our people's mind at. Where he's brought us, from the plantation to the pulpit. And it's only gotten worse as the decades have gone by. The white man has gotten our people's minds so damn lost in his created religion back from 325 A.D. to where black folks now is, like that one the one Negro, Manning, was saying, he's not black and he's not this and he's not that. You know what I mean? And everything that's not African is the making of a slave is what he was describing as, what he was describing. And, he want to call that being a black man. That's the making of a slave. That's a slave right there. That's what was created. You know what I mean? So this is where these Peckerwoods have got our people's minds at, man. They've got our people's minds all jacked up. And our people look at their God, internalize their God into being dumb and act like the damn cave people whose God they worship. You know what I mean? This is where the Peckerwoods taking our people's mind, and they just completely entrenched and they completely bonded to this Peckerwood on this damn cross. You know what I mean? And, it's a very faggot religion I'm coming to find out the more and more I look into it. It's very entrenched in homosexuality. The fag's been hiding in the church for a very long time. I would have never guessed that. But the Peckerwoods brought our people's mind, and, still controlling our people's minds, to remote control because they use that shepherd, the one they call the pastor, and they use him to control the masses, and the masses are the asses. Even with the thing Creflo Dollar said, talking about Eddie Long had a fall. Listen, man, the man was sitting up there monitoring these young boys since they was probably 6, 7, 8 years old, and then he affected their lives. That's not a fall. If he got caught sniffing coke or got caught buying a prostitute, that's a fall because only he fell. But hey, he affected the lives of 2, 3 other boys that had, that are traumatized by what is it he did to them for the rest of their lives. So, this white man here has really got our people's minds messed up. He's got the right ones, and they fooling the masses of African people across this globe here, brother. That's all I have to say for the night.
All right, bro. We appreciate that, brother. We love you. We definitely see you on the battlefield.
Right.
That's our brother Bookman in the house, always coming strong. 9921, you live on War on the Horizon. 9921. 9921, going once, going twice. All right. 9653, you live on War on the Horizon. 9653. 9653. Hello?
Yeah, I'm just listening in, brother. I'm just gathering everything, man. This is powerful, man. I'm just eating tonight, bro. Just eating tonight.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you supporting, brother, and we'll definitely see you on the battlefield. All right. 0792, you live on War on the Horizon.
Hey, what's on, Jeannie? How you doing, my brother? Ashe.
Ashe, brother. How you doing?
All right, I'm enjoying the program, but you were talking about several things. I want to go back to what the brother was talking about, Christianity and Nat Turner and Marcus Garvey. We have to get very clinical about our understanding of what we're talking about, and most of us are confused, meaning we've been conned and fused into this, so we're confused about what we're about and what we're in. Religion is just a strong belief backed up by action. So anything that you're willing to fight for is your religion. Because you believe it. You show that you believe it by your actions, correct? If I believe that I'm a rocket scientist, I go get in the rocket, right?
Yes, sir.
So that proves that I'm a rocket scientist. That's my culture. That's what our culture is, what you're doing when you're doing it. Right now, I'm a rocket scientist. Tomorrow, I could be a bicyclist. So we got to understand the problem. Most people, they're confused. And in order to solve a problem, you must go to the beginning of the problem. You can't solve it in the middle. So you got to make people or allow people to understand what the real problem is. The problem is not religion. Religion is a effect of white supremacy. We need a code. We need to become codified, and we need to apply the code so that it solves the problem. Religion is a people activity, one of the 9 activities under the global power of white supremacy. That's why you're talking about a white Jesus and a white this, because you don't overstand that that's the problem. And as long as you don't have an overstanding, you're going to have an understanding, then you're going to be what? Underdeveloped.
So you saying that people believe that religion is this thing in a book or something, but it's really not. Religion is the physical act of what you believe and what you do with what you believe. So that if these males are in a church letting some man get on top of them and subduing to that, then their religion is letting themselves be used by other people.
Based on evidence, sir.
If people are going and taking their money and getting told the same gibberish every weekend about nothing and giving their money to be confused and lied to, then their religion is being a fool.
Based on evidence, sir. I can answer every question based on evidence.
So wow. Okay, so if a person takes a religion that was given to them by somebody that hates them and enslaved them, and then they believe in a God that looks like that and goes and teaches it to their own people, then their religion is re-enslaving their own people.
Based on evidence. Let me say one more thing. What are the 2 components, Jeannie, of confusion? There are 2 components in confusion. Here are what they are. You lack focus and you lack clarity. Did you just explain to me a confused situation?
Yes.
Did it not lack focus and clarity? See, you can't fool somebody. You can only if they're in an understanding and you are in an overstanding, then you destroy them with their understanding because they don't have an overstanding, because they haven't taken the inner standing to get to the overstanding.
So you say focus
and clarity.
Clarity. So in other words, the focus means they start in one place, but a lot of times we have these discussions, somebody starts talking something else, and all of a sudden they drag you off to this thing, so you can't stay on topic, so you don't have focus. And then clarity, with all the information you got, you don't understand what any of it means, hence you can't draw your own conclusion based on a focused look of something that you understand or overstand, so that you can then make an appropriate assessment of what you're supposed to do.
You are conned. It is a con game, and you are fused into it, so you are confused. Words create image. Image create behavior. See, they're after your behavior. That's what money is about. People don't understand money is not economics. Time and energy is economics. Money is a tool to get your behavior.
So let me stop you there because I want to stay focused on here what you got, because you hitting on
correct.
So when we get to this Christianity thing, in other words, whites have created a sophisticated, massive complex of confusion called the black church that keeps black people wasting their money, believing in things that are not true, involved in filthy, degenerate misbehavior, and not focused on doing anything about our situation as a race of people.
Correct.
And not capable of seeing the enemy whose history has demonstrated who they are, that is standing right in front of our face, that created the problems to begin with.
Understand something. White people don't hate you because you black. They hate you because they're not black. But most black people have an open contempt for not being born white. So you're confused about what it is that you think you are when you aren't it to begin with. You're on the south. That's like you said. You're in the southbound lane when you should be going north.
And let me do this only because right now with the synthesis that you gave me, I like where we are right now with this conversation. You made it extremely clear and crystal. Christianity is massive, sophisticated confusion pushed on black people by whites, and it confuses us so much that we can't stay focused on our survival, and we have no clarity about the madness that they're pulling us into, and so therefore we don't adequately address the assault that we under by racism and white supremacy. Brother, I don't know if it could have been said better, but it was definitely said, and we love it and we appreciate it, and I'm glad you called back in. I ain't heard from you in a minute, my brother.
I'll be back in.
Yes, sir. We'll see you on the battlefield.
All we have to do is follow the logic.
Yes, sir.
All right. Take care, my brother.
All right. See, I love it. See, when you get those brothers and sisters that have studied that nearly fuller, they can start crystallizing. If you really listen to everything we saying all night, I think it sums it up. Guys getting humped on the ground, people talking about he not black when he black, and it's just confusion. I mean, that is confusion if there's ever been such a thing. Confusion, self-hatred, but when you look at it, if you want to really boil it down to a simplicity, that's what Christianity is. It's massive confusion, self-hatred, and lack of clarity, ability to actually think from A to B and understand the problem so that you can then begin to resolve it. And so if we're going to do anything, we got to get rid of Christianity because it's a bunch of confusion and a lack of clarity, which allows no focus, which is why we continue to be in the same condition or worse condition than we were yesterday, because we're not moving forward because we have no clarity, we have no focus. Jesus got to die. Jesus, Christianity, got to go. Let me go here. 0036, you live on One Horizon. 0036, going once, going twice. All right, just listening. 5751, you live on One Horizon.
LAPD in the trunk.
Oh! LAPD in the trunk. What, man? I don't even know if I should let you call, man. Where you been, man?
I've been chilling, brother.
Man, you ain't been calling up. Man, how you gonna be disappearing and abandoning One Horizon, man? What you been out there doing?
I'm holding the line, brother. I'm holding the line, man.
You holding the line? You was out there with my brother Christopher, kicking him some knowledge so he can go do some good deeds.
Say that again, brother. I couldn't hear you.
I said you was out in L.A. talking to my brother, kicking that black knowledge so he can go out here and do some good deeds for the people.
Black power on that, brother. Black power, man. They let you know how strong one black man is. They got a drone out here looking for the brother now, man.
And you know what? I'm sure he knew they was gonna be sending a drone, and he said what you said. He said LAPD in the trunk. Now look, don't come in here scared, man. We got Serapis. We got him nailed to the cross. I done put the blade through his ear. Another brother done cut his eye out. I'm saying Jesus got to die, man. Jesus got to die. Christianity got to die. Spooky in the sky got to get blown up. We got a black drone, and we blowing Spooky out in the sky. He landed on the cross. Now we nailing him down. Now we going to put him on fire. Talk to me, bro.
You talking about Ptolemy, man?
You said what?
I said, you talking about Ptolemy?
Yeah. Serapis,
they got
right.
a whole lot of names for this Bama right here. This Bama got about 100 names, man. He don't even exist. That's crazy.
That's right. Ptolemy, he don't even exist, and he got more names than we do.
Hey, brother, I got to say first, man, shout out to whoever drew that picture that you posted on the website that got that sack of crack on his knees with that spear coming through the back of his head. Hey. I got to get a poster of that joint right there, brother. No bull, man. I got to get a poster of that joint.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
But yeah, he got to go, man. But I got to ask you a question, man. Is Christianity the only faggot religion out here that got faggots in it?
Man, I'm going to tell you something, brother. And we're going to talk about it because next week is Islam. Ali got to go, man. Ali got to go too, man. Bruh, I'm keeping it real, man. I did not realize how homosexual and gay Islam was. Let me tell you something. Now, like anything, the black people in Islam do not tend to be homosexual. That's what I'm saying. They don't tend to be. So if you find black enclaves of Muslims, they don't tend to be no fags. But keeping it real, around the world until these days, if you found black enclaves of Christians, they didn't tend to be fags. They fag now. But, bruh, these Arabs, particularly in their behavior towards black people, they not just new time fags. They've been fags for hundreds of years, man. They some serious homos, man.
Exactly,
And you know the small has a bunch of fags, but I'm talking about them Arabs. Judaism is some real fag stuff in terms of the Babylonian Talmud and the hats, but we know that. But these Arabs are a bunch of fags, bro.
Well, yeah, that's what I was referring to, man, because I'm hearing a lot about these Christians, but I know one thing, man, these Arabs out here, and I like you said, I don't know about the black ones, but I know them Arabs, man, they over here, they over there and over here, and they doing a whole lot of fruitiness, man, and they posting it for everybody to see. So for the black people out here, man, that like the brother said, it's a lot of ignorance going on, but also it's a lot of black people who know that they in a homosexual institution and they embracing it and they loving it. And I think it's more and more of them they coming out more and more every day, letting you know that they embracing this homosexuality and they've been embracing it the whole time. They just been undercover with it.
Let me ask you this. Would I be wrong if I decided that I'm no longer going to go to a Christian church for any reason? If I make that decision and decide I'm going to stick to that, would that be wrong?
Nah, you wouldn't be wrong at all.
I'm saying even for a funeral of a family member, I might go to the wake, or not the wake. I might go to the thing that they do when you take them out and you take them to the and put them in the ground. I'll do that, but I ain't going in the church. Is that too much?
The cemetery too, because they got all type of statues and marble, busts of the faggot, and yeah, it's faggotization all around any type of Jesus Christ. Everything is just faggotization.
And that's true, but I would go there because that's outside. So it is faggotization, but it ain't in that sanctum of the fagdom. It's like if you walk down. Remember they used to have that gay bar tracks.
Yeah.
I used to go to the chapter 3. Well, it's different if you walk down past the gay bar than going inside the gay bar. It's still just gay because you got to walk past a gay, but it ain't quite as gay as going in the door. So I would go to the to the burial part outside, but I don't want to go into this house of fagdom ever again in my life. And you saying it's okay if I do that?
Yeah, it's okay if you do that, bro.
What about somebody that's a good close friend and they getting married?
If you feel that strongly about it, brother, I don't see why he gotta understand. You can't go up in where they condone that fagotization at.
Man, I'm gonna talk to my queen tonight, man. I'm really gonna see what she says. I'm not even being funny. Did you see the Bama the dude laying down with the dry hump on him?
The dude laying down with what?
The dry humper, Bishop T. Wayne.
Yeah, brother, that's what I was just ready to ask you about. When they was like, give yourself away. Hey, man, my queen, man, put that joke on for me, man. He shrouded them in robes, putting covers over them.
Didn't he look like King James? Didn't that Bible look like King James?
That was King James, bro.
Hey, look, the Hebrew Israelites was right. King James was black.
That was King James, brother, man. He mounted both of them, bro. I'm like, man, what is these Bibles thinking was going to happen when I know they know that was going to happen when they laid down like that.
Yeah,
then when the Bible did it,
They done seen it before. He done it a lot of times. He done mounted plenty dudes. Yeah, that ain't the first mount.
They laid down like that. Oh, hey, yeah, see, that's what I mean, brother, man. As my Quasi say it best, man.
What'd he say?
It's a lot of, what do you call it? Oh, man.
Faggotitis.
It's a lot of faggotitis going on up in them churches, brother. Oh, my goodness. I don't even think the crackers do it like that, brother. Do you think the crackers do it like that?
Nah, they wait till the service is over, then they go in a little group in the back and they do it. But they don't just be up there humping dudes in public. Nah, man. Even crackers got more. Nah, man. The crackers don't even do it like.
That's another subject, too, right there, like, brother, with this Christianity. Like, black people that just took it to another level with it. I mean, like, for real, man. I love my people and all that. But, man, we embracing this faggotism a little bit too much, man. I don't understand how we can just embrace this faggotization like this, brother, for real, of our race, man. Because, like, the crackers go in the room, they just out filming and sending a film around the other churches and trying to get them to do it too. Come on, man. They recruiting out here, brother. And people out here accepting it.
How gay from 0 being not gay to 10 being that's the gayest joint I ever seen? How gay was that joint to give myself to thee?
Bro, that joint was a 20. Man, that joint, and then the whole congregation is singing "Give Yourself" with the choir. I don't know, bro, but they singing "Give Yourself Away," though, bro. Man, they want the man to give themselves away to this Bible, man. Man.
Okay, look. Tell me if I'm tripping, because I could be tripping. But when I was watching it, I felt like it was a supernatural experience. Like a part of me was like, I really don't believe this is happening. Did you feel weirded out when you was watching it?
Yeah, brother. I couldn't believe it, man. And then that little chant, that gift, man, that little chant they was doing, man. But I was scared to go to sleep. I didn't want to go to sleep, man, because I thought I was going to be dreaming about give yourself away, man. For 2-3 days, I'm riding around in the car with that damn with it in my head. Give yourself away. Hey, man, I was mad as a mug at her, man, for showing me that, though, man. Why'd you show me with the little chant that's sticking with me, man. This faggotitis sticking with me, man. Hey, no homo, but, man. It was with me for like 3 days, bro.
I know what you're saying, because Lady Shabazz said the same thing. It's like a catchy, it got like a fag spiritual feeling. It's like a faggy spiritual. It's like a faggy spiritual. Like, I don't think faggies can have spirituals, but if they did, it would be a faggy spiritual.
Yeah, bro.
It was
right on the with that,
it was
man.
like if a faggy had real spirituality and could talk to faggy ancestors, fags before him, it would be the song that fags would sing to future fags or past fags to tell about how much they love being fags. You know what I'm saying?
And this the thing, bro. Let me ask you this, because somebody called in or someone who know, what's his name? Chief Payne?
Bishop T. Wayne.
T. Wayne. Do he do women like that? Or is it just all men up there like that? Because if it's all men he doing like that, because he was on that show humping them and everything. He was moving his buttocks and everything, no homo. He was doing all that, bro. So,
if he did a sister like that, I think people would have enough sense to say, hey, man, this is sexually abusive, it's inappropriate. But, and this is weird, but because he's humping a dude, nobody thinks there's nothing wrong with it. But if he was humping a woman, you'd be like, nah, man, that's somebody's wife, or it's just inappropriate for you to be laying on top of this woman like that in public, man. There's children around. This is dogs got better sense than doing it. Like, I mean, okay, am I correct? If anybody saw him doing that to a woman, people would be upset, or am I wrong? Because I don't know how stupid our people are at the moment.
Okay, I wouldn't. Personally, I would rather him be doing it to a woman. But then this shows you how confused this religion is, because, all right, now, once you see him doing it to a woman and you say that that's sexism and all that, But that's the way it's supposed to be done if you're going to hump on anything. But when you do it to a man, it's cool, and ain't nobody saying nothing. And it, yeah, that's just, man, that even make it even more worse to let you know how gay it is, bro.
You're right, bro. I didn't think about it like that. If it's wrong for a man to lay on top of a woman in front of a congregation of people humping her in public, then it's a ridiculous question for me even to ask, is it gay for him to lay on top of a dude? But it's like, it's too hard for me to believe that the dude could hump two dudes, not just one dude, but he could have an orgy in public with people singing, the congregation singing an orgy song for him. Man, I'm disgusted. Christians are fags, man. Am I wrong? Christians are fags.
But is it Christians or is it black Christians, man? Because, I mean, we got to keep it real. You just said that they go in the back room and do their thing, you know, and then they was gay from the start. So did they like invent Christianity to make us gay? Like, man, look, we can't get them no other way. We got to go into their spirituality to make them gay. Is that why Aries was really stood up and said, man, this some rappers and some bull, because y'all around here having faggot orgies and Kemet?
Hey, look, I'm not even being funny, but now you're hitting on something real deep. You know, I've been trying to research Arius to get a lot of what he was teaching, but I will say this, you got a real good point. That was Constantine, and they was a bunch of freaky diggies back then that was getting, the African world was saying these are a bunch of freaky. Now, I do know in general they were saying these are not spiritual people that have anything to do with religion because they beneath the level of animals. They don't even know how to have sexual practices in private. So now we know that Arius was fighting against the white imperialism and the white God structure, but now he might have also been saying, yo, these are a bunch of birds. You know, you don't want to mess with these freaky diggies because they not even real men. They like freaky diggies, and they don't have nothing to do with spirituality. Yo, we got to research that.
Yeah, bro.
You know, I got to hold you for a second because that's deep. Because Brother Quasi always said that the Greeks were banned from coming into Kemet for many years because our ancestors said they didn't live an upright spiritual life, that they were living on the level of the beast. And a lot of that had to do with their sexual degenerate freakishness. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead on a limb and say, historically, part of the African war against Europeanism, part of that war was this homo freaky diggy weird stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's what I think, because I think that's even why they invented the religion in the first place, man. They wouldn't want anything for them, because they're going to be gay and do what they want to do anyway, because they was born like that. I think they did that just for people of power, I mean, just for people of color, black people who they figured that was the only way that they can get to them was to make their spiritual life gay like them. Because I don't understand it, man. I don't understand how we can just embrace this like this in the church. It's crazy, man.
Because if you looking at a fag image your whole life and you're being taught to turn your cheeks and allow people to abuse you, it strips every vestige of manhood and masculinity and resistance from you. And then whatever the perpetrator of that crime against your mind tells you to do, you'll do. And what they're telling us to do these days is to bend over and taking it. And unfortunately, way too many of us are doing it.
Let me ask you one more question, man, because I was just thinking about this too. My grandmother and my grandfather went to church. You know, so it's like, well, where's the old people at? What is they like? Is they against this, man, or is it just like the middle-aged, like people my mother and father age? Because I don't see the elders. They couldn't, man, brother, was they in there singing Give Yourself Away too?
They were singing it, but they wasn't singing it with nobody humping nobody like that. So what happened is, it goes over generations. So we had generations of elders who had decency and they wanted to be black, but then they was corrupted with this white love of the devil. You can only do that for so long until you got to go either side. So it means over the course of 5 or 6 generations, you got 2 choices. You either going to get away from the white and replace everything and get to your new self, your African self, or you're going to lose your African self and eventually begin to merge into the infrastructure of whether it's the Arab through Islam or Christianity, the racism, white supremacy, the fagdom, the crackerism. You're going to go either way over the course of decades and generations. And what has happened is, unfortunately now, the church made the wrong decision. Instead of Africanizing itself and eliminating the whiteness and spirit out of it, it has gone the reverse direction and decided to go completely into Europeanism, which on the surface might look bad, and in the short run it might be bad, but maybe it's the very thing we need to destroy and get rid of the white church altogether anyway.
Oh, man. Yeah, well, I'm through with it, brother, man. I wanted to say, too, I sent you something about H-Town, man. I'm hoping to get up with y'all on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to hit you back on that, Johnny. You're going to have to get there, though. That's the only thing. But I'm going to holler at you.
Yeah, man. Body shots, man. You came on here and had me crying, man. That's terrible, man. Don't make no sense, man. Body shots had me thinking, man, you was over there smoking or something, man. You was over there choking so much, man, laughing, man.
Man, look, I try to be, you trying to do your radio and be serious, but sometimes, man, stuff's so bad, if you ain't got no sense of humor, you ain't going to make it. I had to laugh at that one, man.
Oh, my.
Yeah, man. All I'm trying to do is imagine some preacher going around telling somebody he got magic milk, man. A man can't make milk. First of all, milk comes from a woman's breast. A man can't make milk, but he's telling people he got magic milk, and for it to come out, obviously somebody believed it, and I just don't want to believe any black people are that stupid, but obviously Christians can be, because I seen dudes get humped in public. So.
Oh, yeah, that was a black man that said that too?
Am I mistaken? The picture, remember, I ain't read the article, but yeah, he looked like the picture I seen, he was black.
Oh, man. Yeah, see?
Yeah, magic milk dude. Yeah.
The crack is definitely winning, man. I ain't even...
What'd you say?
I said the crack is definitely winning out here, man. I ain't lying, brother.
He doing his job, bro. We just gonna keep fighting until we win, man.
Man, LAPD in the trunk, man. Christopher Donner keeps surviving, bro.
Yes, sir. LAPD in the trunk, bro. That's my brother Jeff, back in the house. I feel good. We got our last call. Not for alcohol. It's 0222. Jesus must go. Christianity must go. How you doing, brother, sister?
Hey, good evening.
Yes, sir. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. How y'all doing?
Fantastic.
Yeah, I was just listening in, man. I had gotten an email about the program. I thought I'd listen in.
Yes, sir. Have you ever tuned into the program before?
No, this is my first time calling.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know how much of the program that you heard, but tonight we were talking about some of the highly egregious, unbelievable things that's going on inside the black so-called Christian church, and a substantial amount of them are homosexual in nature, and it's so egregious that at this point we're saying that there's not much left for black people in what we call a Christian church. You got anything you want to say in that regard, or you just tuning in?
I just tuned in, man.
All right. Well, appreciate you tuning in, brother. We appreciate it. We hope you tune in again.
Will do.
All right. Well, brothers and sisters, we coming to the end of our program. If you want to get in your last call, you can now. It's 760-569-7676. Again, that's 760-569-7676. Participation code 948-656#. That's 948-656#. And we're concluding our program tonight. We did our program, Christianity Must Go, Jesus Must Go. This stuff is holding us back. We have got to come together as a race of people collectively and do for self and move forward. Put something together to save our children and do for ourselves and our people. And this is not going to kid it. I think tonight we put a big dent in this thing. And next week we're going after the big monster, because nobody is surprised when black people, nationalists, Pan-Africanists, Haitianists, speak negatively against this Christianity, because we've been doing it for so long. But We're not usually bold enough to go out against Islam and Ali, but next week we're going to give it to Islam and Ali now. We're going to come on and we're going to talk real. There's no reason in the world why an African should be calling God by any other name than an African name. And we're going to talk about Islam, how it de-Africanizes the African, how it makes African people want to be something other than ourselves. And we're going to really push to say, as much as Islam has demonstrated on some level that it can give some discipline to black people, we can get that discipline without the Islam. We need to let the Islam go and let the African come in. And we're going to tackle this thing next week, and that's going to be powerful. Don't be scared, call up, because I'm telling you now, don't be scared, because you're going to have to come with your best stuff next week, because some of these Muslims out here, they say, all right, One Horizon going too far now. They're going to call up and express their opinion, and that's okay, because that's why we got the airways open to everybody to share their opinion. But I'm telling them they better come with their swords, because that's how they came into Africa and turned us to Muslims anyway, because I'm coming with, you came with the sword, but I'm coming with Amen, and Amen got the spike, and then we got AK-47s and shotguns and AR-15s, because we coming back shooting this time. I say Africa over everything else that exists out there. The love of black man and black woman and black family surpasses any other thing out there. Religion, politics, labor, law, any of that stuff that divides us. We need something to bring us together. And next week, we're going to try to tear down another one of those things that's keeping us apart. So with that said, we're going to leave out on our song from our brother Mayafa Southpaw. I want to thank you for tuning in. It's an outstanding program. We had a good time tonight. Serious conversation, but we had a lot of fun as well. This is a song called How to Aim, where he teaches us how do you point your mind in the direction of uplifting African people. So this is Mayafa Southpaw with How to Aim. Don't forget, brothers and sisters, it's War on the Horizon. We didn't come here to be your friend. We love you. We'll see you on the battlefield. We came here to save you. War on the Horizon. You gotta love it.
It's me, my Alpha baby, Southside, worldwide. Why my people dying on the grind, high, trying to provide for pride, plotting divide, they trap and divide and capitalize. Stop sleepwalking, lover, open your eyes, open the sky, see the stars. What do you mean you can't fly? Propaganda got you thinking fate is homicide, hoping that you see tomorrow. Look at you searching, all up in the church, but the pastor can't reverse it. We all immersed in this. Only we can proceed with the surgical fix. Now listen, open heart like Dr. Daniel H. Williams. We gotta stop the killing. Then we can rain like God cut the shower on. I cannot be tamed. Come and let me show you how to aim. For this war, you'll need your third eye. No more maladaptors in 6 sides. No more murder, one less organized. Like a Fortune 5. Play the game like it's 4 and 5. To survive now. For this war, you'll need your third eye. No more maladaptors in 6 sides. No more murder, one less organized. Like a Fortune 5. Play the game like it's 4 and 5. To survive now. Control the giant. The giant must see the midget as a giant. Himself as a midget. In psychoscience. Free your mind and change your thoughts. Take the chain off your brain. What you see is war. BIC, black inferior complex. We can uproot all this poisonous nonsense. Until we do, no contest. I spit fire, 1, 2, mic check. Master the language, they mad wicked things with vocab that we can't grip. Hold fast, think of worsen. If we ignore the soul's inner workings, I'm shielded by surface. The hoodie in the person. When I write, spit, articulate the way the earth circles like a whirlwind. Jesus never came. Come and let me show you how to aim. For this war, you'll need your third eye. No more maladaptive in 6 sides. No more murder, one less organized. Like a Fortune 5. Play the game like it's 4 and 5. To survive now. For this war, you'll need your third eye. No more maladaptive in 6 sides. No more murder, one less organized. Like a Fortune 5. Play the game like it's 4 and 5. A drug millionaire, drug fiend. A crime system needs a criminal. Sellers need buyers, they condition us to spin a loop. Keep our habits visceral, second nature. First they play on our scene and they captivate us. Using social agents, black celebrities, settle for payment the corporate way in. Control your desires and cravings or live in mayhem. It should be coming crystal clear that our ignorance is beneficial. Here, in other words, they control what you like and value. I believe unleashed in the deity we bow to. Through this foul view, it's impossible to see the roots. The flim flam Trojan horse tactics that they use, cameras capture every view. I can teach you subterfuge, they're never out of range. Let me show you how to aim. For this war, you'll need your third eye. No more maladaptors in six sides. No more murder one that's organized. Like a Fortune 5. Play the game like it's 4 and 5. To survive now. For this war, you'll need your third eye. No more maladaptive in fifth side. No more murder one that's organized. Like a Fortune 5. Play the game like it's 4 and 5. To survive now.
And brothers and sisters, we letting you know to stay tuned. The next program we having is a program we did about Minister Louis Farrakhan supporting homosexuality. And that program will be from 9 to 12 tonight. So tune in. We hope you enjoy it. We love you. We'll see you on the battlefield. War on the horizon. You gotta love it.